Hello dear students, welcome back to my science class. Today I am going to continue with the chapter 5 of your NCERT book, that is coal and petroleum. In our previous class we have already learned about coal. Today we are going to learn about petroleum and natural gas. So let's get started. You know that petrol is used as a fuel in light automobiles such as motorcycles, scooters and cars. Heavy motor vehicles like truck and tractors run on diesel. Petrol and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. The word petroleum is derived from petra, that means rock, and oleum, that means oil. So petroleum is simply rock oil as it is mined from between the rocks under the earth as shown in figure 5.4. Just take a look at figure 5.4. Here you can see the reservoir rock. In between the two reservoir rock, there is groundwater, oil and gas. They are forming three different layers. And then there is impervious rock. Now why they are forming different layers? Because density of oil, water and gas are different. Oil is less denser than water, that is why it floats on the top of the water. And gas is even less denser than the oil, so gas is present at the topmost layer. So water, oil and gas form three distinct layers depending upon their density, and they are found in between the reservoir rock. Do you know how petroleum is formed? Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. As these organisms died, their bodies settled at the bottom of the sea and got covered with layers of sand and clay. Over millions of years, absence of air, high temperature and pressure transformed the dead organisms into petroleum and natural gas. That is why petroleum and natural gas can also told as the fossil fuel. Look at figure 5.4. It shows that the deposit of petroleum and natural gas. You see that the layer containing petroleum, oil and gas is above the water. Why is it so? I hope all of you are able to answer it now. Recall that oil and gas are lighter than water and do not mix with it. The reason is their density is different. The world's first oil well was drilled in Pennsylvania, USA in 1859. 8 years later, in 1867, oil was struck at Makam in Assam. In India, oil is found in Assam, Gujarat, Mumbai High and in the river basins of Godavari and Krishna. Next is refining of petroleum. Now, refining of petroleum is a very important process, because by the process of refining of petroleum, we get different essential products from the crude oil or petroleum. Petroleum is dark oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. The process of separating the various constituents or fractions of petroleum is known as refining. This process is also known as fractional distillation. By using fractional distillating column, we can separate different constituent or fraction of petroleum in petrol refineries. Now, what are those various constituents of petroleum and their uses? Just take a quick look. Petroleum gas in liquid form or LPG, used as fuel for home and industry. Number 2, petrol. motor fuel, aviation fuel, solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene, fuel for stoves, lamps and for jet aircrafts. Diesel, fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generators. Lubricating oil, used for lubrication. Paraffin wax, used for ointments, candles, vaselines, etc. Bitumen, that is used as paints for road surfacing. Many useful substances are obtained from petroleum and natural gas. These are termed as petrochemicals. These are used in the manufacture of detergent, fibers like polyester, nylon, acrylic, etc. Already you know that polyester, nylon, acrylic, these are synthetic fiber, so they are made from using different petrochemicals. Polythene and other man-made plastics. Hydrogen gas obtained from natural gas is used in the production of fertilizers, urea. Due to its great commercial importance, petroleum is also called black gold. Next, we are going to read about natural gas, another important exhaustible natural resource. Natural gas is a very important fossil fuel because it is easy to transport through pipes. Natural gas is stored under high pressure as compressed natural gas. Full form is compressed natural gas, which is very popular as CNG. CNG is used for power generation. It is now being used as a fuel for transport of vehicles because it is less polluting, it is cleaner fuel. So what are the advantages? Easy to transport, less polluting and cleaner fuel. The great advantage of CNG is that it can be used directly for burning in homes and factories where it can be supplied through pipes. Such a network of pipelines exists in Vadodara, Gujarat, some parts of Delhi and other places. Natural gas is also used as a starting material for the manufacture of a number of chemicals and fertilizers. So you can understand what are varied uses of natural gas and petroleum in our day-to-day life. India has vast reserves of natural gas. In our country, natural gas has been found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and in the Krishna-Godavari Delta. So Bozo is having a question. Can coal, petroleum and natural gas be prepared in the laboratory from dead organisms? And the answer is surely a big no. Because in laboratory condition with dead vegetation, we cannot create that high temperature and pressure that will cost a huge. So that is not possible. It is expensive. It is not a day's matter. It is millions of years took to form coal and petroleum. So it is simply not possible to make coal, petroleum and natural gas in laboratory. So definitely we have to depend on the reservoir of these essential natural resources. Figure 5.4, some natural resources are limited. You have studied in the beginning of the chapter that some natural resources are exhaustible. Like fossil fuels, just we have learned about coal, petroleum and natural gas, forests, minerals, etc. You know that coal and petroleum are fossil fuel. It required the dead organisms millions of years to get converted into these fuels. On the other hand, the known reserves of this will last only a few hundred of years. So I can mention you, we have done one activity just at the beginning of this chapter with some eatables and 3 generations. So if we are not wise enough to use these things, it will finish in near future. On the other hand, the known reservoir of this will last only a few hundred of years. Moreover, burning of these fuels is a major cause of air pollution. Burning of coal will give rise to carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide that are very much harmful for our health. Their uses is also linked to global warming. We all know that carbon dioxide is a potent greenhouse gas. It is therefore necessary that we use these fuels only when absolutely necessary. This will result in better environment, smaller risk of global warming, and their availability for a longer period of time so the next generation can get it for their future use. In India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association (PCRA) advises people how to save petrol and diesel while driving. We also can keep this point in our mind. Drive at a constant and moderate speed as far as possible. Switch off the engine at traffic lights or at a place where you have to wait. Ensure correct tire pressure. Ensure regular maintenance of the vehicle. So, that's all about the chapter petroleum, natural gases and their importance. There are some important keywords. I know so far you have already learned about them. Thank you.